Welcome back to another episode 9 of the Titan Masters. I am Harold Ruiz, Figure Mania Show.
Akira Joe.
Patrick O.
Yeah.
Isaiah.
All right, guys, and we have a very special guest with us today, guys. Please give a round of applause and welcome Masonzilla from California. What's going on, Mason?
Cali.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Good to have you, buddy. Okay, I mean you're well deserved that you're here. I mean your work. Ever since I started seeing your work, it's been on just a sharp, incline. You know what I mean? So you've really come a long way. You know what I mean? And good for you, buddy. I'm proud of you for that.
Thanks.
All right.
It helped to have you roasting my work back like 2 years ago.
The thing though is like the best way to grow. This is my belief. Okay, is just be honest with the person. You know what I mean? Just be honest with the person and things. So that's the thing. So my mom and my dad, they were always honest with me. Like, yeah, no, you suck. This sucks. This sucks. Okay. You know what I mean? And that's how I improve. Yeah, tough love. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't do it out of out of malice or anything like that. It's because I'm just giving. Like if you're always gonna get compliments from people and stuff like that, that is great. Then you're never gonna know for real where you are. You know what I mean? So it's just better just if someone tells you the truth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, how sorry, you go.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. The reason that I credit my partner as my co-creator for most of my work is because that's her entire job, to just roast anything she sees, just to let me know what works and what doesn't. It's the most helpful thing. I've always loved that you've done that for my work. Like, I have people in my life who I recruit to do specifically that. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So we only have one person viewing. That's Alan for sure. What's going on, Alan?
Alan.
Oh, what an only fan.
All right, but that's okay. So let's get on with the show, okay, guys? So Mason, how did you become a fan of giant monsters and things?
Hang on, that's a call. That's kind of a big question in my case because I didn't just become a fan as a kid and then that was it. I became a fan over and over every few years. Like the first thing for me when I was 4 was my dad handed me a VHS of Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. It says Godzilla's Greatest Challenge on it, which I think is adorable because it's a shrimp. But
yeah.
And that prompted a million visits to Blockbuster Video, tortured my parents. It was wonderful. But the reason Godzilla has had longevity for me and why I haven't just outgrown it like all the other things I loved when I was 4 years old is because every time I look in the mirror and realize that I'm someone else now, because we all do that as we grow up, we become different versions of ourselves. And I personally don't like being too tied to nostalgia. I don't like to hold on to things just because they've always been there. Yeah, I hope YouTube chat is enabled. Make sure the video isn't for kids, listed as kid friendly. I just derailed myself. Every time that happens for me, that I realize I've kind of morphed into a different version of me, I re-examine my love for the franchise. I go back and watch an old favorite or watch one that I haven't seen in ages. And every time I find new things to love. So my relationship to Godzilla has changed a lot throughout my life, but it's always been a thing that any given version of me authentically finds something to love, which is really cool. Because when you're growing up and figuring out who you want to be and who you're going to be, it's nice to have constants like that. Something that's always there to hold on to. It makes it a lot more stable and easy and fun. And always being the Godzilla guy was that, which is really freaking cool. But yeah, I've become a Godzilla fan a dozen times.
Yeah, that's cool, buddy. That's very, very cool. Yeah, so let's acknowledge the first person to be with us today. That is
Akira
Akira
Nando.
Nando.
Oh,
Okay, he
Without
never
fail.
fails. What's going on, Akira Nando?
Without
And
fail.
Perry Chua.
And
What's
Perry
going
Chua.
on? Yes, thank you for
Perry.
coming on, guys. Thank you so much. Yes. All right, from the Philippines. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Mason, what inspired you to start toy photography?
it was a 3-step process. Step one was my first SH Monster Arts figure. I think that was in 2011 or 2012, whenever the line first
Mhm.
launched.
Mhm.
I don't have these pictures anymore because they're too. It was like on like my first phone, it was ages ago. But I took a bunch of pictures of my first Monster Arts Godzilla fighting. Like, if anyone's familiar with Bionicle, a bunch of little Viscerac.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, someone knows what Viscerac are. Oh my god. Um, but so I did that a little bit, and like, we're all nerds. We take pictures of our toys. That's what we do. But the next big step was Godzilla 2014 coming out. That movie scratched a real itch for me.
Yeah.
That itch being my fascination with the art of making things look huge. Like, that's the reason that you
Yes.
don't ever see me do like xenomorph or predator or superhero photography. I really only like to do kaiju because that's the itch that I'm scratching usually. Like, wow, I made
I
that.
totally understand. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Larger than life characters. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Totally.
That was always the thing.
I totally understand. Yeah, I mean, that's why like my Instagram is just littered with Godzilla, you know what I mean, more than anything else. So like, I just always love like those larger than life characters and stuff.
Mhm.
So let's also acknowledge Chris Lena in the house. What's
Hey,
going
Chris.
on?
Chris.
Magical Chris Lena. What's going on, buddy?
My boy.
Yes, we were on his show last week, Geek Clicks, and we had a fantastic time. So yeah, so thank you for that. So Mason, if you haven't checked out that show, you should check out Geek Clicks. Okay?
Someone
So it was
linked me
pretty fun.
that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you later. Yeah. Alrighty, so now which artists have been your biggest influence in starting toy photography?
Okay, weird thing. My biggest influences are not my favorite artists.
Oh, really?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's different.
Well, okay, the thing for me is that there are artists like a photography boy, that guy, oh my gosh, or John Ruffin, your first guest. Like, there are artists who just make me go, oh my god, I wish I could do that, which is wonderful, and that makes them my favorite artists. But there are a lot of people who make me go, oh my god, I wish I could do that. The people who are the most influential to me and like keep me going with photography aren't just people who make me do that. They're people who make me go, oh my god, I wish I could do that. But man, I would do that differently. Like, I would never do that.
I see.
Yeah, like in that regard, I really can't think of a better example than Harold, actually, because like I mean, you've seen my work. I tend to go for kind of more of a concept art, photorealistic vibe, which is just completely detached from what Harold does. It's a lot more saturated. So is Akira's work. It's much more like high saturation, comic book inspired. You're not failing to look photorealistic. You're succeeding at looking like something else. So when I look at it, I don't just go, look at that freaking diorama. That's insane. I wish I could do that. But also, if I had the skills and the space to do that, I would never make anything that looked like that ever. And that's really useful because I don't just like go, oh, I want to do that. It gets me thinking about what I would do. And that's a lot more useful.
Yeah, it's a very
Sure.
interesting aspect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
Very interesting.
Yes. So Alan is an idol, but I got me on the block with the Serta idea. Okay, yeah.
He took them all.
Yeah. Okay. And Perry Chu is saying, "Hey, Masonzilla."
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So then, Christina, I can relate to Masonzilla. Yes. Very cool. Alrighty. Okay. So, Akira, can we can you open up the PowerPoint and then so we can show the audience some of his work?
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Can you? If you can, I can do it.
He's
That's
working
okay.
through
By the
it.
way, while you guys are doing the technical difficulty, I didn't get a chance in the inspiration for toy photography thing to shout out iPop, like Jeffrey.
Oh,
Like,
Oh, yeah,
oh my
buildings,
God.
yeah.
like I can't not shout him out. That was a huge reason why I started. Just we can keep going. I don't need to go back to that question, but I need to shout him out.
Sure.
Yeah, I understand. I changed the what I would say on the US side.
I'll do it. I'll do it, Akira. Don't worry. I'll do it.
Do it, Harold, because something's wrong with
Alrighty.
mine.
Isaiah.
That's okay.
Mason,
All right. So
there we go.
I love this shot. All right. Okay, so Mason, this is your Instagram. Okay, so you're steadily climbing. You got 371 followers, good following, and that picture in the middle, I guess that's your better half. Yes.
You could say that, I suppose.
Don't give it to her.
All right. Good. All right. Now, I love this shot very much. I think this is your best shot.
It's not mine. It's only half mine. Oh man. Okay, this freaking shot. So I took this at almost the beginning of the year, if not sometime in 2020, but with only the white background. And I'm really proud. That's my customized Monster Arts Biolante, and I was really proud of the posing and proud of the buildings. But I tried to make this thing work for months, and I just fell off it every time. It was miserable. The only reason this looks anywhere near as good as it does is because of a friend of mine, digital artist. She's tagged in the photo on the post if you wanted to see her work. But this was flatly lit too. So the kind of like glow from the sun back there, like the lighting and the vines and the clouds and the color, that was all her. Like I just sat there and with her screen shared and watched her like zoom in pixel by pixel, making this look incredible. Yeah. I can't even take full credit for this, and it is unambiguously my best work, and it's not even fully mine. But that's
I love this because like the vines, especially like the plant life on the buildings and things, is like, man, that's really cool. Especially like this little section here, like that little detail, like the vines going from Biolante onto the building. That's a nice touch. You know what I mean? Especially like the ones over here. It's amazing to see that that's all done digitally. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it looks seamless almost. So it looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And also, I would add like I've been looking at your pictures and like there's usually I would say a lot of negative spaces on the sky and stuff, but your work actually looks alright. It actually looks like it's meant to be there. It works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it actually adds to the atmosphere. I was like, damn, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I work hard to make the skies not boring. Because that's an easy call to
So maybe that's why it worked, because you pay special attention to it and and translate to us viewers. That's really great work. Actually.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool. So Mason, where do you find ideas and inspirations for your shots?
Well, for ideas, lately, like more recently, I've very much just been channeling myself. I mean, like you saw like the big, like, sad bean Godzilla, shot. Can you tell I was having a bad day? I wasn't feeling great.
Honestly, it kind of felt like you're saying story to somebody.
Yeah, I was just really I was like, that was my energy that day. I have another one of like legendary Godzilla, like worn out. That was also just after a really shitty week. Like I just tend to try and pour in wherever I'm going from. And the other thing being that, and this isn't good, this is not an admirable quality of mine. I'm really anal about like doing things that no one else is doing. Which is not a great. There's a reason I only post every like 2 months. Like that's part of why. Because I refuse to just do like, look, it's Godzilla in a city roaring and shooting his breath. Like that's cool. It doesn't fulfill me to do, because there are a lot of people who already do that, and half of them do it better than me anyways. Like whatever. And that's not the healthiest way to look at your art. Shoot what you want to shoot. I honestly really like that when you scroll through my feed, you get Godzilla looking sad, or Anguirus eating off of a building, or Junior sleeping. Like I want more of that.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah.
And as for inspiration, concept art. I mean, look at the Biolante shot. I go for concept art. You can actually tell because I blow. If you look at almost all my shots, it's really rare to see a building that's ever like above like waist level. Like that's very much like concept art, because concept art blows monsters way out of proportion, and I'm all about it.
Yeah, I get it. All right, so I love this shot too, man. I mean,
this is dope.
Again, like Godzilla Earth is one of my favorite versions of Godzilla, even though like the movie was crap and stuff, but just the whole idea of him, you know what I mean, and like the scale. I mean, but you know what, that movie, the way that movie was written and done, like it just didn't do justice to that character, you know. So, but yeah, I love this very much, man. So can you tell me? Can you tell us more a little bit about this one right here?
I am really happy that I got that tiny little like Phileas figure to look good. I'm endlessly. That's my favorite thing about this shot. Also, let you know, the little servums flying around. That's the Bandai Movie Monster Series figure. I had my friend Goji Guru, if you're familiar with his work, like on Insta. He's I don't own the Movie Monster Series servum, so he took pictures of it in his Lightbox for me and sent them to me to use in this. So this is actually a bit of a collab with me and him, in a way. But to be honest, like I like this one, and it was an idea I'd been meaning to do for ages. But it's a bit on the gray. I've always struggled, and Harold, you've been following my work for a long time. You know this. I've only started to get colorful more recently. I would kind of fall back on dialing the saturation way down. And I think like the anime can be like that. You've seen the anime. There's a lot of just like grays and blues and greens. This is kind of
sure.
palette, but I think I can
the inspiration
tiny bit.
Yeah.
But Phileas looks like actually good. That tiny little figure looks better than the big one, in my opinion. So I succeeded.
Really? I don't know. I really like it complements the bigger one, but I don't know. I really like it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. So Jim Till is here. What's going on, Jim?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. So moving on with questions. All right. So what challenges have you faced on your toy photography journey, Mason?
Well, aside from that whole posting twice a month thing, mostly logistical ones is the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at pretty much my entire setup. Like, this is it. I have a box and my iPod buildings and my figures and like 2 lights. I don't usually have the dirt. That's a first.
Okay.
But,
that's interesting.
Like, I plan on getting rid of the bird at some point. At which point,
what? No, not the pigeon.
Yeah, the bird. But I can't keep the bird forever, and I'm sick of waiting for him to die of old age. So
oh Jesus!
So you're gonna let it go?
Yeah, when he's gone, I'm gonna try and move this up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because not being able to use a tripod, because I get down and shoot on the floor with my phone like an idiot. That's gonna help a lot. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the main thing about my setup, is that like I don't have a nice camera. Like I'm using my phone. I don't use proper Photoshop. I use like on my phone, and whatever I do has to fit within the confines of this box.
I see.
Yeah, we work with really limited space. Right. I thought
Okay, so Chris Lena asks, when can you say that the editing is already enough? Like, when do you say it is what you want?
If that's like a philosophical question, I can't answer that right now. But in regards to my process specifically, I've been screwing around on like the free apps that I use for a really long time, like well before I was posting anything, back when I was in like high school and I was just kind of like adding lens flares onto eyeballs or whatever. And because it's free software, and because of the limitations imposed on me by the setup, I have a very specific skill set. Like,
Uh-huh.
the reason that not a single one of my shots is at nighttime.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't notice that actually. That's good.
yeah,
Okay.
against the white background, it's just really hard to edit in night sky and to get the right like cutout. And I can't zoom in with
Yeah.
accuracy because it's not Photoshop. So
Yeah.
The point at which like I have enough edits usually comes down to the fact that I already know what kind of shot I can do. It usually has to be during daytime. I have like one nice like warm LED so I can simulate sunlight from like a certain angle, and I have a picture of the sky already. So
Yeah.
because I already know what kind of shots I can do, it's not often that I go into a project without kind of, having some kind of vision in my head already. And most of that I can accomplish with like dirt and iPod designs and figures. Most of what I edit in is skies and maybe some smoke. And I heal the gaps on the figures. And then maybe I like to add like moss and greenery. But like, I don't. Yeah. All my backgrounds are Photoshop. I don't have a single practical background except.
You fooled me. You got me with that one.
Yeah.
So like John Ruffing, I mean, he does all that. You know what I mean? And like, if you recall from episode 3, he mentions like if you have a great background, like you can get any sky. He mentioned. So yeah.
Hence the light box. Yeah, like although a white background limits. I mean, he uses like professional software. I aspire to be able to do the things he does, but I've tried to learn Photoshop a few times. I fall off of it. It's a pain.
There's a lot to it. Yeah, it's very intricate.
Anyways, that was gonna be my other question is like, what camera and equipment are you using? You kind of answered that already. So you're still using your smartphone for that, right? And what about and you got a light box and you got lights. How many lights do you have actually?
That's all of them. Those 2 lights, and then I mean the light box has 3 big lights in it. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bright.
Yeah. So I don't need to dedicate like 3 or 4 lights to like having studio ambient white light. Like this thing's got me covered. So I just have like one like warm LED, and then this one like multicolor RGB light. I never use this.
Ulanzis, yeah.
That's a good light.
I have a few of those, and I'm getting more. So like for my setups and stuff like that, like having all the rich colors and stuff like that. Like I love those little lights and things. So
they look well. Adding color to the NC.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask.
So Jason, go ahead. Go Isaiah. Go ahead.
I just had a quick question. So, what kind of phone do you use again? I know.
Galaxy S9.
Can you change the settings
Manu.
Like, does it have like white balance setting? I've never really tried with like phone cameras, and I really don't know like how to do it. But does it have like white balance settings or anything like that? So, because I'm curious, I really want to see a nice from you now. Now that I realize you don't have
there is. I think you can download an app where like it like initially like I think natively for a lot of them it doesn't have. I never actually looked into my iPhone itself if it can do that, but I do know that there is apps on the store and stuff like that where it gives you a little bit more control. You know what I mean? But I personally don't know for sure. Yeah,
I think Samsung you can, but iPhone you have to download a new another app, I guess.
Yeah, on Samsung it gives you pretty good settings, but I'm gonna be honest, I've never touched them like ever. I don't like. It suits my needs the way it already needs to, and all the color correction and white balance and everything, I just do in post. So I will say, the worst thing about shooting on your smartphone is you can't zoom in. Like picture quality in this thing is great. My pictures aren't like super blurry or anything, but if I like back up a bit, like forget it. Like good luck.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big limitation. It's not my
Well, the thing
favorite.
is with using a phone is that you can snap it and then zoom it later, but not zoom before shooting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't zoom during the
both
shot. I
zoom?
can, like zoom and crop later. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
shooting like
That still
that
works.
versus from far away and zooming in on my fist. You're gonna get different proportions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure,
I'm gonna
yeah.
hang on. I'm gonna skip to a later question. You want to know my least favorite things to shoot with? Wings.
Mhm.
Anything with wings. If you can't zoom in, the proportions are screwed every time. It's awful.
That's your face, man. That's crazy. To add
So,
depth with just a phone camera.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite part of the process in doing all this, Mason?
Oh no. Posting it.
Posting it.
Okay. I have a less shitty answer.
Yeah.
The best part of the process is starting it, because that's I struggle. Funny thing. So this shot that I'm working on literally right now, this freaking box has been sitting open in my room with my stuff all set up in it for a week and a half. Across that week and a half, I've retaken the photo, trying to get a good feel for it, like 4 times. And I'm never quite satisfied enough to maybe start the editing process. And if you couldn't tell by like the tenderness, like Godzilla's like scratching Kong's head and Kong's holding Mothra, like I'm channeling like my love for my partner into this shot.
Sure.
And like I just couldn't get it off the ground. My partner's here now. Like, they visited yesterday, and they're here for the weekend. And boom, I did almost all the editing last night. Like I got started, and the second that I was able to get the ball rolling, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that I'm good at what I do. Oh geez. The point at which I remember that I'm not bad at my work is my favorite part.
Yeah. So Perry says to add, it's because when you zoom it in, the phone uses digital zooming, which degrades the quality of your photo. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It starts getting blurry immediately. It's horrible.
Sure. Alrighty. So what is your favorite figure and your least favorite figure to shoot, Mason?
Well, least favorite, anything with wings. Honestly, probably Mothra. She sucks to shoot with. Not just this Mothra, any Mothra. It's so hard to make her look not like a toy.
Yeah.
But
she's so tiny and things, Yeah.
I don't know why any of these things, like none of them come with like a landed kind of wings. Like Mothra can't even point her wings down so that she can be like perched on something.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Like to have her on a building with her wings like draped across it, like that's my I'm gonna make it happen. But
you would have to I see a lot of people heat the wings up with like a heat gun and then they slowly bend them, but I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that to mine either. Yeah. Unless I have like a second figure or a bootleg figure, but other than that, no.
Yeah.
Upside down,
do it to your neck.
Yeah, like that.
Do it to the NECA.
Oh, that looks. Let me hold on. Let me zoom.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was nice.
Oh wow, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
See that's really cool.
That looks good. That looks really really nice. Yeah. Cool.
You're gonna need more.
I think I might do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
all right. I'll ask you again when I decide to do that, Mason, on my NECA.
I got you.
Cool.
But
so go ahead.
Yeah, favorite figure. You're looking at one of my least favorites. You're probably also looking at my favorite. Specifically the Monster Arts 2014 with the 2019 head, so it doesn't look like a pig.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
That's just a really solid. Yeah, it's just easy to move. You don't have to fight with it.
It looks much more film accurate when you switch the head out. Yeah.
Dude, they should just re-release it.
Oh, I would love for them to do that. You know what I mean? But they're never gonna do that, man.
No, they really won't.
Yeah. So, do you have a Grail figure, Mason?
Kyoto shit. The giant Kyoto.
Oh, you have the Kyoto.
No question.
Yeah. Is it there?
Oh
Where is it?
no, I won't.
It's expensive.
Good luck
huh?
getting your hands on that thing, dude. Like, oh god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool,
I
buddy. That's
shoot.
really cool. Like I had that Kyoto figure in my house. You know, my buddy loaned it to me, and God, it was just such a pain just walking up through the steps of my home with that thing because you know, like I live in a Taiwanese house. You know, a small Taiwanese house, and like this house isn't made with me in mind. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, jeez.
Yeah, you're pretty
Yeah,
tall.
man. So
Compared to like maybe.
yeah, I'm 5'11", you know, so like I'm constantly hitting my head on
Really?
the ceiling when I'm walking down. So yeah.
I imagine you being like 6'2". I don't know. I guess.
Wait, Isaiah, how tall are you? I imagine you was 6'2".
No, I'm like 5'8". I'm pretty short.
Yo,
I'm like really
Yeah,
average.
I'm 5'11". Yeah.
What's that?
I'm 5'6", man. Like I'm not.
What?
This is me
In
post
centimeters? What is that in centimeters, actually?
Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm like
ask that.
179. Yeah, I'm 179.
179?
Yeah.
179.
Yeah.
I have no
Yeah, you
idea
guys
So
what I
don't-
am.
let's
I don't
try
know
and finish this
conversions.
out. Let's try and finish up the interview portion because I gotta get going, guys. All right.
Yep,
So,
yep.
Sorry, Harold.
So what's your dream figure, existent or non-existent, Mason?
Ooh.
Speaking of re-releases, this thing, Monster Arts Shin, is an embarrassment. This thing was garbage. They
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I have so much pent-up anger after all these years.
Chris.
I think
Oh my gosh, Chris.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
might
they
notice
need to
that I
do
read
that.
that. Oh my god.
The Asians are quiet when talking about Chinese.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
No,
we're
I'm
not
not-
exactly blessed with the height, you know what I mean?
So,
You know, I'm actually pretty tall for an Hispanic, actually. So, yeah.
Harold, you speak
So
fluent
what about
Spanish, right?
non-existent? Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, look at this guy, Denzel. Don't worry, guys. I'm
You're
6'6".
6'6", Jim. Holy shit.
That's a lie.
Man,
I
that's
need
rock
some
height.
proof.
That's the rock height, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Lord.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God, Jim.
So what non-existent figure? What's your non-existent dream figure for you?
Let's hear it.
Is there?
Okay, it might not be non-existent for too much longer because I'm commissioning it from like Kaiju Fan Art David. You might have seen his work around Instagram.
Sure.
But a dream figure for a really long time has been that is Nekomothra's limb. Okay, I just noticed that. Sorry. It's from my guilty pleasure movie, which is the 2010 remake of Clash of the Titans. The Kraken
Oh, okay.
from that thing.
Oh, that's a great
That's a
I've never seen a figure
seen
of
a
that
short-lived
Kraken. You know
man.
what I mean?
A figure doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There's nothing, not even a statue.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
But
I'm
that was a
surprised.
great looking monster. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna get that. That's cool, buddy. Yeah.
I really hope so. I gotta say, like the two best like monster reveal scenes ever, like ever, at least in giant monster movies, are like the Hawaii bit in Godzilla 2014, leading up to the first roar.
Mhm.
I love
And in
that.
that one, they have to kind of like use camera tricks to dodge being able to see Godzilla until the roar. But with the Kraken, they don't need to use any tricks because it literally unfolds by getting up, which is
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
creative thing ever. Like,
Yeah.
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 So that would be it for me.
So Mason, final question. What is your goal as an artist?
Oh man, you're on a time crunch. I mean, like, honestly, like, my most immediate goal is to make myself not sad. Like, I do a lot of my best work. Yeah, I do a lot of my best work when I just like pour my negativity into making something kind of beautiful, which is great.
Oh, I see. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
But if I'm gonna have like a loftier ambition as an artist, I'd say that I want to kind of be a beacon of accessibility. Like Harold, like I want to inspire people in a really different way from Harold, because Harold's like, okay, here's just like everything you could possibly do with figure photography, right? But like, I'm not an ACBA artist, and I
which is
don't
fine.
want to be because I don't have the space. Like I don't even have a table to put this thing on. I don't
Yeah.
want to invest in all the lights and in making my own backgrounds. Like, and I can't invest in a nice camera. Like,
Yet.
yeah. So it's just
Yeah,
like it's like, hey guys, with your phone and free editing software and some iPod buildings and some figures, like you can make great like kaiju art. You really can. It doesn't have to look cheap. So I
Yeah.
kind of like to be the accessibility guy. Like, you know, I don't use professional anything. Nothing I do
Yeah.
is professional on any level.
Yeah, you don't have to break the bank in order to start this, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and this is what I tell people all the time, you know what I mean? Like you don't, like people are always asking me, oh, I want to, you know what I mean? Like, listen, you can work with what you have, you know what I mean? Like as long as you have a camera phone and stuff like that's fine. Like if you want that quality, you know what I mean? Then a DSLR or a mirrorless camera is the way to go, you know what I mean? But you're gonna be paying
Yeah,
money
I
for that,
agree.
you know what I mean? So that's the thing, you know what I mean? It really depends on your budget and things and like how far you want to take it, you know what I mean? But like to start out, you're a perfect example that you don't need to have a big budget, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
which is good, man. I mean, yeah, you're a perfect example of that, man. And I'm very proud of you for that, man. Yeah.
I guess what is important
Alright.
is the photos content, right? It's actually the content is important, not about the sharpness or about the props, you know, right?
Yeah.
You
Because
can
you
take
can have the most expensive camera, you can have the most expensive props, most expensive figure, but if your shot looks crap, it looks crap.
Still look
You
like
know what I
shot.
mean?
It's still
So
crap. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and you can
So,
take
thing.
like the entry level equipment, like you can take like the
Yeah.
beginners like stuff, maybe upgrade your studio a tiny bit, and you can take that all the way. You know,
Yeah.
unless you're trying to shoot things in at nighttime. Nighttime shots, you can't take that very far. I'm sorry.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I hear that Titan Masters is driven to be more amazing stuff. Yeah, buddy.
Jim.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Jimmy
All right, guys.
boy.
So here's where I depart, guys. Okay. So, guys. All right. So you guys, everybody else will continue on. But I
Yeah.
have to get going because I have a class. All right, guys. Mason, thank you so much. All right, for coming on. Brothers, thank you so much for being here. All right. So Alan, thank you for being behind the scenes and stuff, guys. If you guys are still around when I come back, I will definitely jump on with you guys. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Thank you.
See you,
Alrighty.
Harold. Nice
Yeah.
meeting you.
All right.
See you. All
He's
right.
taking my. All right, now that he's gone.
What up,
no, I'm
Marcel?
just
We can stop talking shit about him, right?
kidding. Yeah,
He's
that's what
finally gone.
I heard that.
Oh, no.
I heard that.
Oh man, gotta love the guy.
Oh, Patrick, you. All right, guys.
Block him off the chat.
um,
Block him
we're
off the
moving
chat.
on.
Hurry.
You know he can watch the replay.
Alex,
You know, he's
keep
gonna
him
kick your
off.
asses. So we're looking at Mason's work.
All right.
No,
Start from the beginning. Oh, okay, there we go. Nice. No.
no. Wow.
Who's in control?
We've seen this.
Oh man.
This is the Anguirians eating. It's really nice actually. This one.
Oh yeah, now we can
The framing and
critique
everything.
Harold's work without what do you call it? Repercussions. God, I spent so bad there.
Oh man, wait, hang on. I gotta say,
What?
I forgot to like mention earlier before we went live, but I was gonna like ask you guys, who's your favorite? Like of all the Titan Masters, like each of us, like who's your favorite photographer?
Oh man, easily God.
this is a
I
long
don't know.
question.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, you
That is
have
a
to pick
hard
one
one.
of us. Who's your favorite Titan Master?
I would say we
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Vincent
No,
from-
don't do this.
I think
Oh, man.
everyone is my favorite.
Yeah, the Titan Masters as a whole is my favorite. Oh, don't do that. Oh man.
I will answer. It's totally Patrick. I'm sorry.
No,
I
man. No, man.
love the rest of you. But, like, I'll say if I'm only looking at my favorites of the stuff you guys have done, Isaiah and Harold are my favorites. Like when it really works for you guys, it really works. but like Patrick's work is tight, man.
Oh
Like
my
I don't
God.
fluctuate
Thank you so
on how
much,
much I like each shot. They're just like consistently killer.
Oh my God, you're just.
And
Oh
then
my
there's
God, man.
Akira.
Thank you so much, man. You're way too kind, man. You're way too kind. Man.
Hold on. We should ask this to the viewers. So viewers, who is your favorite?
Yeah.
They're all Akira. It's easy. All Akira.
Here we go.
Akira Patrick.
Pacific Joe, Akira Joe, man. Thank
There's
you.
Akira,
So
man.
that's one for me. Chris Lena saying my favorite is
Oh,
Patrick.
my
Oh,
God.
Chris,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a word with you, man.
He's doing it on purpose.
All right,
Well, I have
guys.
to say this, I mean, like, if I can say this, right? When it comes to a photo setup or an art direction, when it comes to something bombastic, I think they will definitely go towards Errol. But when it comes to color and composition, posing, definitely have to be Brian. So when it comes to an emotional setup, you'll definitely look at Kaijuku. Then when you look at like lightings and effects and all, so definitely, man. How much? You guys?
How much did you pay your kid? A lot.
Oh.
I would
I'm not
say it
getting
will
paid
be from
nothing.
bits and bits
What?
from here and there.
No, don't put us.
You keep your mouth shut,
Oh,
Mason.
come on, Perry. Come on, Perry.
He'll get paid when we say.
So Chris Lena is saying everyone is great. I love Akira's eye for details. So we're not gonna have a talk anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually highly
That is the
inspired
note
by
we're
Carla,
ending
to be honest. Yeah.
I honestly hate it because then it critiques me all the time. Oh God. Akira.
Hey man, but look
Oh,
where
yeah.
it got you there, man. You know.
Stop.
Anyway, we
right,
move
but
on to the
Mason-
next
I
we
have
move
a
on to the
challenge for
next
you though.
section.
I want
Okay.
a night
What?
shot from you, Mason. You say
You
you hate
wanna-
him. Now I need one. Now I need one.
Oh, what have I done?
Yeah. As a fellow fan of these other people in this comment section, I am a fan of yours, and now I need to see it. So, boom.
I
What chance to you? It doesn't have to be anytime soon. I'm patient. I'm really patient.
okay. I've talked to a few of my friends about this, but for like ages and ages and ages, I've had a dream shot that I want to do, and it's a nighttime shot. But I want like
Okay.
a low angle, kind of pointed up at the sky, and like Ghidorah, Space Godzilla, Gigan, Showa, Mechagodzilla, the Millennium
Ooh.
UFO, like all the alien kaiju are like descending, like
Well, that's kind of
I
scary.
want that.
Don't do that. Oh God.
Yeah,
No, I like it. I like
Dude,
that.
best shit ever.
Mm.
So
I'm
I like that. I think
I
that's
want
an
an
ambitious
alien
shot if
invasion
you can
shot.
pull it off.
That'll
You do
be
it. I know he can.
that'll be your nighttime shot. It'll happen one day because I've always wanted to do like a nighttime alien invasion like kaiju shot. So one day.
Tag me in it. Make sure I'm tagged in that because dude, my news feed is flooded all the time, and I miss a lot of
Let me
people.
get this
like,
right,
great
right.
work.
I got you, man.
Why would you have a hard time doing night? Because you were saying like it's because of your background and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Would it work if you just don't turn on the light?
Then nothing.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
lit. Okay, well, because like for night, I mean, you guys have all done nighttime shots, so you know that like you still need like ambient cold light.
Okay, that's what I mean. So don't turn on the light on your box because that's really bright. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can
just
also
use
turn
those
down the
two
brightness.
LEDs.
Well,
Yeah,
okay, so the
Just
thing
use
for
the
night,
two LEDs.
I've done one nighttime shot already. It's my burning Godzilla one.
Okay.
That's the one nighttime shot I've done before, and I actually have a black backdrop, and it's like velvet.
Okay.
I bought like a velvet one so that it wouldn't be
Oh,
reflective.
Yeah.
But it's the editing software because I'm not using like professional software. I'm kind of limited by what I can do on here, and the blending options that I've gotten good at navigating, like I set this to multiply and then I duplicate it and set that to add so that there's a bit of a glow, like that whole routine. Editing against the black background, I have no idea how to make anything look like anything. I need to practice on it more because every time I try to edit against a black background, I'm like, and it's invisible. What do I do? Like, And it's just hard to practice that when you're on really limited software. So like I've been like my Biolante shot I could never have done on editing software. Collab with another digital artist.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So like your phone is essentially is what is preventing you from doing these type of shots because the softwares you don't have available.
I mean, like for one thing, in Photoshop, I'm pretty sure this is like what John Ruffin does. Not he has a lot of practical effects. I think he might use his own backgrounds, but like in Photoshop, you can just cut out the background. Like the best Photoshop users don't need a light box and a white background to edit against. They can just cut out the background. They can just cut out the figure and then stick whatever they want there. I can't do that. I like every sky that I have is like a picture that I took of the sky out my window, or like a stock photo that I had to layer onto the white. Like I'm not cutting out the background and putting in a new one. It's a white background that I'm putting something in front of. And it's a lot harder on my software to put things in front of a background if it's not white. Does that make sense?
Well, sorry to cut you off. There's actually a simple shot you can try. It's just a simple plastic bag. Well, I actually have the same light as you, actually. What you can do is just, you get some blue light, Yeah. You can try that as well.
Patrick.
That is a holy shit. This is why you guys are the Titan Masters, right? You guys know your craft. That's a great idea.
So you got blue light.
I need this man to spill the beans on where he gets his dang old water. That is perfect. I like that.
What?
Yeah, I've been literally calling him every time I go to Target to see what that is. I've never seen that in my life. He keeps telling me it's
I have no idea what it's
cellophane, but it's not cellophane because I looked and is it cellophane?
Well,
you said you bought it in a cutting.
This was basically I just crumple it like this once in a while, like this.
Wait, flip it. Is the other side like?
Sorry?
That's definitely
the other side is
not
like silver.
Yeah, where do you get that? He said that he got it for a cutting board, and I think he's hiding.
He's just not telling you, man.
Yeah,
It's a trade secret.
I call him every time I go to Target. I'm like, "Hey, Patrick, man. Hey, man. Just give me the spill." He's like, "All right, man. So it was a cutting board."
I say you're getting sued the minute you find it. He's like, "Nope, that was mine."
That's my trade secret.
I'm gonna. I bought cellophane and the water's great, but it's just too blue, I don't know. I like that.
I think mine's
like
the same as well, you see. Yeah.
Yeah, can you go ahead and send me that and then buy yourself another one? Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Blue cellophane on the LDD of your box might also do
So
the
you're half of it?
that could work, Barry.
Yeah. Right.
Pacific
Sorry, I'm
Dodgy
getting
said I
off
use
topic.
Photoshop and using Gaussian blue circles. Works really well. Okay.
I forgot to mention also one of the big problems that I have with like nighttime shots is I do need to rely more on like having lights, and like I can't just use the ambient light of my light box. I have to like use prop lights more, and it's hard to fit prop lights into this box. Like there's definitely like a issue there, yeah. So keeping them out of the shot. I'll get on it. Excuses. It'll happen eventually.
And I'll be here for it. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, I'll tag you, my dude.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next section, which is the toys news.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
we've got
Yes,
Godzilla.
So expensive.
I was so hyped for it too.
Me too.
It's too bad Harold isn't here to brag about how he's totally getting one. Oh man.
No.
I don't have any Gundams.
Love you, Harold.
No.
So
Are
That thing's a card payment, man.
Are any of you gonna pick that thing up?
No, I'm not. I have a baby on the way due next month, so I'm kind of like holding off on a lot.
Hello, congratulations. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Hi.
But,
Welcome to my world, man.
I was accidentally.
Well, I might pick it up. I think I'm picking it up. I don't know if I already pre-ordered or not. I forgot. I'll make sure. But this is a big. It's really big, isn't it?
Big boy.
My God, I have no room for that. That's as big as my child.
It's probably gonna be bigger.
A little bit.
I think that's what a lot of people experiencing at the moment with their Marvel Legends. What do you call it? The Sentinels. You know, at the moment.
Sentinels,
really
yeah.
hype at the moment.
Yeah.
Boy.
They are
Were
so
they that
big, man.
expensive though?
I think they're quite expensive from memory.
Are they
They're not
Not
cheap.
a resale.
$50 expensive? Like, are they that expensive though?
Dude,
I think
I don't know.
they're about 300-ish. I think.
Oh, okay, that's pretty.
For outside of the US, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Outside the US, we're done.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start buying Gundams because I need something else to shoot. Honestly, I have too much.
Akira Nandos is asking anyone got Gundams.
We got
I
a Gundam
Patrick.
Yeah.
I got a few, and Patrick, of course.
I just
Patrick
recently
is,
built one, man, not long ago. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's breaking on me, man.
We used to be talented for a minute, all right? Stop, Patrick.
So
You and
Patrick
Akira and
is
Mason.
Patrick is a huge
with the masters, you know.
Oh.
Oh
Ooh.
shit!
Yeah.
So wait, okay. So now it makes sense how you. Okay.
So you just put it here and then you just spray it like this.
Oh.
How much?
Oh.
How much was that? Is that expensive or is it
This is
really?
really, really cheap, man. It's really a cheap one, man.
Yeah, airbrushes ain't cheap. Or I mean, like they can be, but like yeah, airbrushing's an investment. I mean, even the studio that's like on the right side of Patrick's screen, with like the fan and all that, like that's definitely going to be another 120 as well, unless you've got like really good ventilation and a fan and an open window, because you don't want the fumes.
Oh, Mason, I have a question for you. So customization for you, how is that? You only have all I'm checking is that balance thingy. What's that flesh called?
With the
you did like the chief flesh. I don't remember what it's called.
wait, I'm sorry, Isaiah. Your internet was really jammed.
Yeah,
Can you say that again?
I was curious on your customizations because we got to like talking painting. So you customized that Balance, right? I remember asking you about it. What was like the process of that?
I can send you pictures later because I took like some step-by-step like pictures for me.
Oh,
but,
okay.
For like the bulk of that was really simple. I'm not going to grab her, but I really recommend that you. Come here, you. I practiced on a movie monster series by Alante first.
Okay.
This is like $25 and it's really good practice, and you can make it.
Actually, it looks really good, huh? That one.
Yeah, I thought this turned out great. I even got the teeth.
It
like,
does.
On the inside.
You couldn't fool me from far away. It looks like the Machi version.
Yeah, thank you. But so this thing is really good to practice on because all I did was not all I did, but like most of what I did was just dry brush. I just dry brushed kind of like a lighter green across her whole body. And like I know that a better painter, like someone who actually knows what they're doing, could probably have done a lot more intricate shading and whatnot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that. I just dry brushed her whole body, which took forever. The other I will grab her. Give me a sec. The other main thing that I did. Excuse me, Rodan. I'm so sorry. Oh no.
No worries.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. That didn't break. Okay, the wing did come off, but it's intact. We're good. I have a carpeted floor. It's fine. The main thing that I did for her, aside from the dry brushing everywhere, is the same thing I did to Mothra's wings. Get some boiling water. I bent her upper jaw so that it opens a lot wider and at a higher angle than it normally would. That's a lot more like. My least favorite thing about Monster Arts by Alante is that it can't have like a wide, like gaping mouth. I mean, like that's what she's doing almost her entire screen time. Like she tries to eat him, like she can't open her mouth wide. Like I don't get that. So I made that happen. I had to remove a piece up here for a bit to make that happen. And then the other thing was I made little membranes for here.
Yeah, that's okay.
You need all those?
Yeah, it's just the two, like one on each side of her mouth, because that's normally not there. And that's
material
really
is
just
in
like that's just some cotton with like liquid latex on it to give it kind of like a texture.
Oh, I mean, it's creative. I wouldn't even try.
Really good, man.
I only customized one thing, and it was the G14 or G19 one. Yeah.
Oh, yours looks quite good though. I like your custom a lot, actually.
Thank you. I take pride in it.
I might need to touch up the teeth on mine. Oh, I wish that I could paint eyes. I cannot paint eyes.
Weak knees.
The weak knees.
Apparently, that's what happens with the Sentinels. They have a really weak knee, but I think
the push, right?
Yeah, if he was they already he showed how to fix it, so
how to fix the
not
problem,
too bad. And guys, watch out, because according to Christina, Harold is on the comments.
He says
he's
I'm
already excited.
Oh, no.
I'm getting it. So he's getting the Mesco ones. Obviously, so he can't concentrate with his class in the show.
His students are like, dude, what are you doing?
Bill can't concentrate with his.
It's huge. Yeah. The low articulation is honestly. Yes, I agree.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
But then again, like how much? I think with Mesco, as always, you never know how it is until you got it on hand. So we'll see. We'll see on Harold's
Harold's gonna be our QC tester.
Yeah, when he breaks
Harold
the
is
legs and
us.
arms off, and we hear his complaints. We know it was good.
Hi, Harold.
I wish we had more Gundams in scale. Well, I think Gundams have a lot of they have a lot of scales, right? 144 and 100. So it depends. I think could be in scale.
If it was in scale,
master grades will.
I think it definitely will work with 144 and Masters 100, right? Because Gundam is not that huge to start with. They're about like
yes, correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it could work. Interesting. I wish I can get Robot Tamashi Gundams.
Those are expensive.
They're not that rare at the moment, aren't they?
They're not that rare.
Get it? Yeah. Patrick, I need more Goof shots.
Oh. All right. Yeah, actually, Goof is my favorite, man.
Goof?
Harold, keep in tabs on the show, so be careful. Oh, okay, we got that.
This guy's
Dad's watching.
Noted.
Okay.
Akira, I know you got some good. Yes, I do, because I actually don't have the time to to do the plastic model one, so I just go with Robot Tamashi. It's easier. My Lodi is here a bit late, but thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Jordan Sabado.
Top of the morning.
I'm into the scale. We'll have to come up with Monsters Go.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, don't we need to be like?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's a little bit too tiny. All right, guys. We have to move on. So as you can see, it's huge.
Very big.
That's very big.
Very nice.
Why is it so expensive?
Yeah, there's the price tag. Let's get past that.
It's $450. It's coming up in August, October 2025. I think that's a time.
Wait, what?
No.
You know how it is with Mesco, man. It's always delayed. So 2020. Yeah. I'm not sure, man. Could be 2025. Could be 2030. But the good thing is, if you ordered from Mesco, you would know that actually they're notorious for their shipping costs. Like I've ordered directly from them recently, a Mesco Joker, and it's like it's actually the shipping cost to Australia costs almost the same price as the figure itself. It's ridiculous.
Jeez, kid.
It's crazy.
My God.
It's crazy, man. But luckily, this time the Godzilla is free. Apparently.
Well, for the size of and the price point of it, you think?
Yeah, I guess probably included already. Maybe that's why it's very expensive.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, what about this one, guys?
Thank you.
Anyone getting this?
They're small.
This
I
looks
don't know.
interesting.
How about articulation?
I have a
stuff,
feeling that
honestly.
this comes unpainted, right?
No, it
I'm
should
not
look like
sure
water paint.
actually. It should be painted.
Yeah,
Hypermodeling
they
series now is
painted.
painted.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's a
It's a hype.
fruity.
Oh, I see. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
looks like a
And the
Gadget
price
Ball
is
series, right? Yeah.
Do
the
any of
price
you
is not too bad.
guys have the hypermodeling series like King of the Monsters figures? Because they did King of the Monsters.
No.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
a
didn't
while
buy
back,
it.
right?
I didn't buy it.
a while back. Yeah, but from
I
memory,
bought
I think the
those a
Godzilla
lot
bit
with
is
them.
the Godzilla ones is not too bad, huh?
I
Yeah.
might get to take Jaguar though. I mean, it's in scale with the SHMA, right? If
Well, they're
Yeah.
releasing
oh, it's 10
the
cm.
message
I see.
version.
It's 10 cm, so
Yeah, it's quite big actually. Yeah.
it's quite big. But it's actually the price is not too bad. It's 159.99
Yeah, for 6 of these, right? It's not.
for
Yeah.
6 of these. It's not too bad.
I I have way too much stuff on pre-order. Like, I mean, Monster Arts alone is like 5 freaking figures, like back to back, back to back. So it's just
Yeah.
like that's a good deal, but like I don't have 160 to spare, man. Like I just can't.
No, I'd probably pass on these.
Yeah. All right, move on. We have
Oh, what is this?
What is
this.
this?
It's coming up pretty soon. Next month.
214. Damn.
Is it articulated though? It looks like.
Um,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is. There
It
is
is,
a high cut.
but very limited.
Mhm.
As you can see,
Oh.
you can lift the arm up, and you can see
Just
there's a
those
cut here.
release.
Yeah.
The sculpt looks good, I think.
Such a bad pose.
I have to agree.
Drop the sandwich.
They look like this.
Yeah, it's like they just took them and just tilted them up.
I'm gonna mute
Tommy
myself.
George is saying, yeah, I don't know if I could pay that 400 price tag. Oh, the Metro one. Yeah, I mean, it's
I
a
don't-
tough thing. You know, because that's roughly on the same price as X Plus. So, you know.
Oh,
People will start
Tamagotchi,
thinking,
no! Oh my gosh. Oh my
Dude, look at the
Um,
butt on this one. Honestly, it's quite
Harold, sorry,
detailed.
went on tuning
Oh,
to see.
10 out of 10
Uh,
for booty.
Harold can see
Mhm.
this Tim,
Right.
so I'm sure he'll get back to you later. Thank you for watching. That Kong sculpt looks like an aggressive Sasquatch. It looks like he's trying to show his banana. All right, the
Yikes.
comments getting better and better and better, but we move
We're
on.
shitting on this thing so bad.
Okay, got
Okay,
Zilla,
this-
King of the
this
Monsters,
is dope.
Ultra Lava. This is
This-
not. This is.
Too big,
Sounds like
but
you're
I
getting
definitely
this,
would
Asaya.
pick it up. No.
Are you getting it?
Again, for $479, I'll probably just, I'll look at it when other people buy it and just appreciate it from afar.
Oh,
Too expensive. I do like it though. I give him that. Like, it's really cool. It's definitely unique.
It's definitely unique.
boy.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi. God, man. Spiral Studios. Just.
Dude, they absolutely killed it with the coloring. I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, imagine
Tell you
what these are going to look like on the aftermarket. Like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean,
See, I don't even
with
want to think
the
about it.
monster things, it's always with the kaiju. Kaiju stuff is always gone crazy with the aftermarket straight away after the releases.
Dude, and that's
Always with a
why,
film.
oh my gosh, that's why I hate Tamashi so much, is because they keep releasing these things back to back to back. And I would love to hold off, but knowing that resale is
man.
going to end up biting me. Oh, God, it's like,
I know.
Did they mention how big this Mothra is going to be? Also, like, how does that compare to the Ghidorah?
That's another color, I guess.
yeah, I think it's about like, I mean, I don't know, your torso. They said it was pretty big. Spiral always does it like a big size. No, these have me excited, even though I probably won't buy them. The little, to the next slide. Is it pro? Oh yeah, these have me kind of interested.
So I
I'm
guess
curious
this is
about
what's
these.
coming up next.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
only would. No, I can't. I can't take these hits,
Man.
but someone else can, and I would appreciate that they share the pictures with me.
These the Spiral Studio stuff reminds me of.
Man,
Are
I
you guys
tell you what,
familiar
I
with?
think Harold's gonna get all of it.
If not, although if he doesn't get it, his friend who let him carry the Kyoto Shin Godzilla will. So he's solid.
It's ridiculous.
But, are you guys familiar with Carla's customs? Like she's already done this. All the stuff by Spiral Studio reminds me of her work. I mean, like, which is to say, it looks incredible, but also like that's the kind of stuff you see at like conventions. You know, like owning it. Like I can't. No way.
Yeah. You know,
Definitely.
what's it called? Photon
All right, guys.
collectibles.
Side price.
Photon. Yeah, Photon. They've already done 3 out of these 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Here's this is gonna continue.
What up, Patrick?
By the way, guys, I need to go work.
Patrick,
I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to go?
Alright. Yep, I need to go to work, man.
Yeah, Patrick needed
Hey,
to
Mason,
go,
nice
so-
meeting you, man. Finally, nice meeting you. Hope to see you again.
Super cool.
Hope to see you again.
Yeah,
It's an
nice to
honor,
meet you,
man.
Have a good day at work.
All right, see you guys.
Later, man.
Take
Nice to
care.
meet you.
Make me
See ya,
that money.
Patrick.
Bye-bye.
Make me that money.
I will watch it from my phone, right? We'll be watching from my phone. See you
Chill.
guys.
Join Harold in the comments.
All right, see you guys.
Ciao.
All right, man. See ya. So, no bad talk, no bad mouthing Patrick as well. He's gonna watch it.
Yeah, nice. Now we can talk about Patrick now. All right, let me.
we've got 2 people to shit talk now.
Yeah.
Might need it.
See you,
Jim.
I see the pic of people holding this Mothra. Oh, so it's released already? Oh, that's interesting.
Probably promo
This was
images.
fun, guys. Akira Nandos is also leaving.
See you, dude.
Bye.
See you, thank you.
Later. He's like, Patrick is out. Goodbye.
Perry is good show, guys. Stay safe. Stay safe too,
safe.
Perry.
You as well.
We'll see you soon. All right, we move
Okay,
on
we
to the
are
next
coming
ones.
by that
Okay.
hour. I see.
The Axe Titan Masters.
Oh, we're still doing this segment. Okay.
So we've got Dogasaurus Rex here.
Yeah.
Okay. Mason, you're familiar with this part of the show, right?
Yeah,
With this,
I'm
giving
familiar.
critiques, feedback there. Okay, so
That
you want to
critique portion.
Isaiah, you want to start with this one?
Yeah, I don't mind. So, I see what he's going for, the action, the scene. One thing personally I change maybe. You don't want too much blue because then it takes away from God's his effect, the breath, it being the glow of the scene. So what I do is you always separate it with like a different color background, maybe like a red or flaming city or anything, so because in my opinion right now, I mean the atomic breath it blends in with the cotton because of the blue, and then this the dorsal plates kind of blend with the background as well. So you can't really tell he's using it. But I know it because I know and I'm familiar with this guy. So, but besides that, I really like what he's going for. I really do.
I can go last if you want to go next, Akira.
You can go first. I'll go last.
Okay. I'm going to steal one from Akira that I've seen him reiterate on past shows, which is always thin out the cotton more if you can.
Yeah.
But I guess a few things here is that, like, first off, Godzilla's left arm is broken. The one in the background, like, it's kind of got a weird bend to it because he didn't rotate the forearm the right way. Like, if you look at it too hard, like, the bones are a little messed up there. But the other thing, and I know this has been reiterated in past episodes as well, is that you kind of always want to have, like, some degree of ambient white light if you can. Right now, there's only one light source at all, and it's kind of a blue from the front and the bottom, which is not very natural. And you don't necessarily need to go for natural either. Like, that's fine. It doesn't need to, like, make sense every time. But, like, what if blue's what you're going for? You've got blue, but it's, it hits, and you're like, yep, that's blue. I feel like you could be saying more. With like maybe a bit more ambient light, introduce one more color. That could go a really long ways because I think the framing is quite nice.
Yeah, I agree. I like the positioning. Kieran? Lay them easy, okay?
Yeah, for me, for me, it's like eh, it's noticeable. There's a noticeable shadow on from the top. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Could be a place.
Well,
You
that's
talking about right
You know what I
above?
mean? It's like
mhm. that's
yeah,
that's
it's
the
like
blue
right
light
here.
on the bottom casting his shadow
Oh,
against the
okay,
wall.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the gap is.
Could be, yeah, could be. Um,
I think so.
I think there's a
But then the
as
atomic
I say, I
breath would
already
be there
mentioned it.
too.
Gosh, wait,
Hmm.
that's a really smart observation. I hadn't even like, yeah, that kind of really messes with the background. If
This
the
really
figure's casting its own shadow on the background,
yeah,
those don't look like distant clouds or smoke anymore. It just looks like a cardboard background that kills the immersion. That's a really good point.
yeah. So I don't know what happened here, but
Mhm.
yeah, need to have a you know this is quite disturbing for me. But the other thing that he could do maybe needs to light this up properly. The fire breath
Yeah.
needs to be straightened. To be honest, it's not straight. It's a bit crooked. Goes up a bit. Um, and the cotton, he could have used red color there as contrast. Would have made it nicer as well. And as I always said, when you do color lights, you always need a white light to balance it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything
It
is too
helps.
blue
Yeah.
at the moment. That's about it.
Yeah.
I think this is a decent work. Kudos for doing it, and keep practicing. I guess. Keep our
Keep it up, Dagasaurus.
comments in on your head when you're doing it. Keep going, man. We move
Yeah.
on to the next one. It's okay 168.
Okay.
I will start this one, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you go
fine.
for it.
I think this is fine. This is okay, but this knee, there's a hole on the knee. I hated that. Actually, so
Oh,
if you
okay.
wanna,
Yeah.
Hide it. You
and
like
that's
to
right,
hide blemishes,
smack.
huh?
Yeah, try to hide it. Maybe with this piece right here, the power pole. You know what I mean? There are a lot of ways where you can
Sorry.
hide it. The posing looks good.
Sorry, quick question. Is there more to this photo? Like, if we scroll down, is there more, or is it like a square? Like, is this the whole
I
photo?
think it's cut off.
Not a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the whole photo.
It is cut
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
That is the whole photo.
Oh, whoops.
So yeah, you would like to keep hide the joints if you can, and this part here doesn't look that good either. So just maybe put another building on the as the front bit. You know what I mean? The foreground. Overall, lighting and everything looks good. That's it for me.
Okay.
Mason or Isaiah,
You
you
want to
want to go
go?
next?
Yeah. Mason, you can go if you would like.
Huh? I don't have a whole. I mean, I think this is it's really really nice when people understand how to use Dutch angles. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like, because people ask the Titan Masters for praise too, right? Like, I can just be like, hey, I really like this and this and this. Like, the colors all work. Like, it's a bit on the bright side, I suppose. But like, if I like squint really hard, I don't lose sight. Like, I can still tell what I'm looking at. I can still tell where the framing is. It's so nice to see when people understand how to do Dutch angles right. It actually adds a lot here. Like, I rather like this. I think it's not like the most ambitious idea for a shot. There's certainly that, it's a fight and pose. He's crouched. You see a lot of those, but like, I thought he pulled it off quite well. Like,
Yeah.
This might just be a me thing. I don't tend to go for skies like that. Like,
Just so like clear, I guess. Like,
yeah, it's very clear, and it's a
Or
very it's a very
I don't know how to explain it.
blue, I suppose. Like, it's
Okay.
I suppose this is like kind of bordering on Harold's more comic booky kind of style, but like, it's not quite there. It's not so overly saturated. This looks
Yeah.
about as bright and colorful as you can get without starting to look comic booky. And if that's the intention, kaboom, there you go. If you wanted to have a more like grounded kind of look, maybe that looks a bit more like what the outdoors would look like that's not quite it, I'd say. But I don't necessarily think that's a failing of the photo either. Like I don't think that's what they're going for.
Mm.
You know, I don't want to tell them to go for something that they're not. You can go.
Yep.
I
say.
You guys kind of like nick a lot. Well, I guess the only thing for me is there's like a shadow on the building that kind of like gets me, but I think that's maybe because it's lit from the front. I always, for me personally, I always like to think when I take my shots, I always put the sun behind because it creates that like behind rim light almost, and then it kind of like it like soaks into like, you know, depending on the side I have it on, it like it fixes that side and then creates that like depth shadow on the other. Like this lighting right now is really terrible, but if I was like to turn this way, you have that shadow on that side. It kind of gives it that natural.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think it's dope. I do like the Dutch angle. Well, go ahead.
Yeah. One thing is like
I agree with you actually. I say like if I you go first.
Okay. I was looking at the shadow on that building earlier, and like the shadow on the building matches the shadows cast on Ultraman, so like it works well enough. There could feasibly be another building off frame casting that shadow. But again, I'm actually praising the photo for this. This isn't a criticism. It's because I know that in a lot of my work, it's because of what Isaiah said. But like I usually position the sun kind of like off to the side and in the back, because that's a really good way to make your environment feel more real and create more depth to the shot without it feeling really flat. Like I employ the exact same tactic. And that's honestly a thing that I like about this shot is that they're not doing that. And as someone who really struggles with not having my shots look really, really flat when I don't have the light like behind them instead of in front of them, like this could have more depth to it, but it could look a hell of a lot more flat too. Like that's, I mean, I guess I'm looking at a picture that's pulling off something I know that I wouldn't be able to do. I'm not great at the sun being at that kind of angle.
What are you saying, Akira?
Yeah, if it was up to me doing that, I would have put the like, you know, the direction of the light from the top back, because you know I can see that he's lighting up his eyes a little bit. You know, so maybe that, you know, that bit of shadow can you know, can highlight the eyes, you know, so it's not that flat like, you know, for the front bit. So maybe that's something that he should try if you're gonna light up the eyes. All right, we move on. Thank you, IsoCap168.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Reeds Juan. This one is
I guess it's.
This one's actually. What do you think, Isaiah?
I can see it. Yeah, hold on.
I'm still looking at the last one.
You're still looking at the last one?
Yeah, I'm still looking at the one by IsoCap168.
There we go.
Oh, here we go. There's sweet.
Honestly, okay. So you asked. Honestly, I actually like the what's it called? The framing of this. Like I like how we put where the legs are and everything. It's not, you know, taking too much of the pose away. It's not taking away from the subject, the main subject, you know, much at all. And honestly, like, kind of gives it the direction that is, you know, my eyes are leading to that point. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much. I think it's just a well-made shot, honestly. I can't really add anything. I also can't really see much of it either, though. I think maybe a building. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, if I may, I actually rather like this. It works really well as like it looks like a screen cap from a movie almost, like a rotated shot around and like, you know, while he's like getting ready. There's literally only one thing that I see here that I am like, I don't like that. What is like if you look at the way this is lit and set up and everything, like this looks like broad daylight. But like if you squint at the like the background, like what's with that dark blue? Like, is that?
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, is that the moon, or is that?
I think that's meant to be a mountain or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm sorry, but
because I can see green stuff in there.
Okay. Yeah. The dark blue is very like not enough of it is visible for me to really tell what it is. So instead there's just dark blue in the background. That would only make sense for a nighttime shot, but the way this is lit isn't a nighttime shot. So that's a little off-putting. That's the one salient criticism I can make. Everything else just works, I think.
Yeah. Well, for me, he needs to hide the joints again. I can see a huge joints right in front of me, right here.
Oh, in his
So
arm,
he needs
or
to
you talking
position
about
that maybe sideways a little bit. That's the legs,
Okay.
the knees of Bolton. The figure is Alan Bolton. So if you
Okay.
can move it to the side a little bit, so as to hide this part, and yeah, I think that could work a little bit better. But overall, I think this is nothing I can add much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe just this part here on the knees as well, just to make sure that the fingers doesn't get cut. Yeah, but posing looks good.
Oh, I see.
I think Mason already mentioned about the background. Maybe simpler background will make it work a little bit better.
Dude,
And
these
I like
are
this
tight.
few cars to show the. So what was that, Matthew?
Matthew. Sorry. Also, I'm really sorry. It feels I think there's a bit of a delay when I speak versus when you hear it. So sorry if I keep like, but
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I just said these ultra shots are freaking tight. Like, sheesh.
Yeah, I
see
do
that
like
Patrick
these.
in here. Like, this is his area of expertise, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, Ultraman is like basically like a superhero kind of thing. If you want to shoot it, so it's more it's more articulated and stuff like that as well in comparison to the kaiju stuff. So
Yeah.
you can pose it a little bit better and all that. So, but okay, we move on as well. Thank you, Rich Juan 7, and that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
We reached the end.
Okay.
That was
We reached
quick.
the end.
That
was quick.
hour,
Okay,
20 minutes
so
went
guys,
by quick, yeah.
thank you for your
for joining us.
thank you for sending us the entries,
Yeah.
and thank you for watching the show. Not from from Prairie Chu. I'm not familiar with the Ultraman show, but are they all well lit? The battles more or less
I would say
during
for
the
the
day.
most part.
Sometimes during the day, sometimes during the night time. So it's not that it's not. It is like a kids show, so it's a
Yeah.
little bit on the brighter side. But yeah, they do fight at nighttime too. Guys, thank you for watching. Remember, keep taking pictures, and if you do, please tag us on hashtag TMToyPics. And if you're looking for feedbacks, hashtag AskTitanMasters. And we'll try to cover that every fortnight, which is every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us will take over like every 2 weeks, and we'll try to get as much as we can. Also, thanks to Mason for being a great guest
Yeah,
today.
appreciate you being here, man.
Today's show.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
having
you
me
so
on,
much,
guys.
man.
This was really
Appreciate
fun,
it.
actually.
Yeah, no, it's really enjoyable, man. I love talking to
Yeah,
community.
it's really yeah.
Yeah. And remember, people, you
that's
can
it,
go
guys.
really far with entry-level tools. Remember that, viewers.
Yeah. One thing to take away. Give them it. Go ahead, Mason. What is it? One takeaway for tonight?
Yeah. What for me? A takeaway for me?
Yeah, curious. Give them that last little nugget.
Last little nugget. Big takeaway. Oh no! I need to say something profound that isn't just I really enjoyed talking to you guys, which I really did.
Yeah, for sure. Walnuts. Someone said walnuts.
You know what walnuts? My takeaway: the Titan Masters should roast each other more. It's fun. It's more fun that way.
Oh,
that's my takeaway. Yeah.
Thanks for coming out, Ed, man. Appreciate
Maybe
it.
we should. Thank you for watching, Ed. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Shadow Home. Great job. Well, first time hosting it actually.
Yeah, you know
We'll
how to
end it
end it.
soon. We're just going through the comments.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Thanks,
yeah, I'm
Barry.
missing-
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
All right, guys.
For the,
That's
the
all we have
support.
time
Let's
for.
see. Show guys. Haha, take my roast sesh. Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you,
have a
Jordan.
roast sesh one of these times.
Thanks for showing up, folks.
Yeah, seriously.
Tyler
If you ever have
Masters
any
roast
questions,
session.
DM me.
That's a great idea.
love
You know
those
what? We'll pitch that to the other guys, and we'll see how we go.
Honestly, I think the Ask Titan Masters segment will be elevated if we don't just roast strangers, but also roast each other. I think that'll even
I
out
got
the
some
playing
bad
field a
shots.
lot. Yeah.
I've
Thank
archived
I got some
them all.
we did sort of already started it on the Geek Clicks where everyone giving critiques towards our shots.
Yeah, I heard that happen, and I was like, I'm so sad that I missed that because like I've always been really encouraged whenever like Harold like roasts one of my shots and is like, you could really improve this and this and this. Like I love that, but like not everyone's gonna have the patience for that, and it's just easier to hear like some of the best people in the business going, okay, here's a problem, here's a problem, here's a problem, here's a problem. If they then turn to each other and then also go, here's the problem, here's the problem, here's the problem, here's the problem. Like that's just makes it feel more like a community.
We could definitely do that.
Yeah.
Though I would say good luck trying to find faults in mine.
Oh shoot!
Oh, that's a
Local
challenge.
Lou
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? And then we got articulation series saying, "Keep it
What's
up."
up,
Hey.
Local Lou?
What's up, boy? Local Lou.
Hey, thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, guys.
All right.
Actually, that's
All right.
all the time we have. We have to go.
Yeah.
And the Ed keeps coming up with goals, man. And we're drinking him and Harold says, guys, it's the
no.
fun.
I have zero tolerance with
Is Harold
alcohol.
still
We might
watching?
do that next episode, so keep watching it. So every time, okay, we'll have a drink every time Harold says, guys, okay?
I don't drink.
We'll do that next
All right,
episode.
guys. Yeah, you're right. He says it a lot. It's all love, though.
All right, we gotta go. That's all we have time for this week. So we'll see you in 2 weeks for Ask the Titan
See you
Master.
soon.
So, submit your works. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Stay in touch.
Later.